Hello trainers, it's your favorite content creator Ganeto, and today we dive into Kanto Cup. We're gonna have the best 5 teams that you can use, and together we're gonna see not only the teams but also the core breakers. So let's start off with the Dragonair team. So Dragonair, a pretty solid dragon Pokemon, a pure dragon actually, and you're gonna see that having a Pokemon that resists pretty much the neutral elements that exist in the meta like electrics, grasses, fires and waters is gonna be your biggest asset. However, you might lose a little bit to ice types, but we're gonna get there. The closer of the team, Pidgeot. This Pokemon is gonna do a tremendous amount of damage, even resisted to any Pokemon with Brave Bird, or you can even bait with your Feather Dance, reducing your opponent's attack stats. The safe switch is gonna be Lapras, and you are gonna see that this is gonna be not only the safe switch but also the core breaker, because the whole team doesn't have a straight answer to Lapras other than their mirror match, and of course upon the lead you can still go pretty harsh on that enemy Lapras with your Dragonair, because with Shield Jab I believe that Ice Shard will not be enough to melt you down. You can even tank one Surf, and those Dragon Breaths are really gonna add up in damage when time is passing up, so you're gonna do tremendous amount of work against the opponent's Lapras, and you're gonna be in a very good position overall. For your Lapras though, you are not gonna need Ice Beam at all. Just go with Surf and Skull Blast, because you're gonna encounter a lot of other water types like other Dugongs, other Blastoises, so Skull Blast is gonna help you a lot against those matchups. Overall, this team is gonna be pretty safe, and I really recommend it to you trainers. Now we're gonna meet up with a team that has no weakness at all, and perhaps only Mew can stop it depending on the moveset. So the leader of the team is gonna be Blastoise, a pretty solid one. Hydro Cannon, you are gonna need it for sure, and other than that just go with Crunch if you want some coverage against psychic types, or Skull Blast, because I prefer Skull Blast overall, since you can nuke down some certain enemies while raising your defensive stats, and of course you're gonna have, like Lapras, better matchups against the other water types. The closer of the team is gonna be the Shadow Claw version of Alola Sandslash. If you do not have Shadow Claw, because it's gonna be Legacy since it is its community day move, just go with Powder Snow. The results are gonna be similar, but with Shadow Claw you're gonna have a much better outcome against those psychic types like the Hypno, and of course against the ghost types as well, farming them down, especially that Marowak matchup, which it might be really helpful otherwise for Alola Sandslash, because it takes 4 times damage from that Fire Spin. The safe switch of the team is gonna be Beedrill. On its Shadow form, this Pokemon is gonna apply even more pressure like Nidoqueen does, but if you do not have a Shadow, just go with the regular one. Drill Run is all you need. Drill Run is gonna be also a legacy move. If you do not have it, don't play this team, you're gonna need Drill Run, and of course for the second move, don't go with Sludge Bomb. I prefer X-Scissor because of all those psychic types that might exist in the meta, and also it is a cheap move to bait some shield sometimes. This team is gonna prove to be one of the few teams that will not require a Lickitung to be competitive, and also have no core breakers at all. And I repeat, you might have a core breaker at the face of Mew, but it all depends on the moveset. It will need Wild Charge and Flame Charge, and I do not think that a lot of trainers are gonna use Mew like that way. Coming up next, we have a team with Nidoqueen, Snorlax and Dugong. Nidoqueen, you already know how good this Pokemon is gonna be from Great League, because it is a pretty straight one, to be honest. It applies a lot of pressure with its fast attacks. Poison Fang helps a lot debuffing the opponent, and Earth Power is gonna be its stab nuke move. The closer of the team is gonna be Snorlax, and I prefer its Shadow version, to be honest, because Super Power is gonna do much more damage. You will not need to care that much of the debuffing stats, and of course Body Slam is gonna be your general way to go against the entire meta. Safe switch for the team, the double legacy Dugong. If you do not have one, just go with a Lapras, but I prefer Dugong for this exact team because it covers pretty much the entire meta, and with Dugong you are not even afraid of those fighters. Even a Machamp, you can still debuff it and work pretty much effectively against that Pokemon. Ice Shard is just gonna shred apart that fighter or whatever, and also you're gonna have a much better coverage against the meta. The core breaker of the team, Lapras, the Pokemon of the hour. We already saw it before as a core breaker. Well, that's because with Skull Blast it can beat down even with debuffs that Dugong, and of course the surf damage can be lethal to that Nidoqueen. However, it is still gonna take a lot of damage. You can still go pretty hard on that Pokemon, and I don't think that you're gonna have any other problems when encountering Lapras, so it is gonna be a core breaker, but not that hard, just a soft one. This next one might prove to be a little bit unsafe to use, but if you can play it correctly with proper rotation, I think that weaknesses will not matter at all. So a Mew up on the lead, a closer Wigglytuff, and of course the safe switch, one of the best safe switches for the current meta, Electrode. So let's start off with Electrode. This Pokemon, you are gonna need Foul Play, you are gonna need Discharge and Volt Switch. Do not go with Hyper Beam, just keep in mind that Foul Play is gonna be your general move overall, and Discharge, well, you are gonna use it for those flyers and water types. The closer of the team, I prefer to use this Wigglytuff over Clefable, because not only for the charm damage, because for that normal typing that it has. It can beat down Lickitung, which is a really huge deal, and also wall down any other threat, and of course against the ghost types with that normal typing, you are still gonna do tremendous amount of work despite the fact that this charm is resisted. The leader of the team, Mew, and this Pokemon applies a lot of pressure to the opponent. It has a lot of good moves to choose from. I prefer Shadow Claw, Wild Charge and Surf, but you saw before that it could work also as a Flame Charger, Wild Charger, a Double Charger, so Shadow Claw is gonna help you a lot charging up those moves. The core breaker of the team, Venusaur, you are not gonna see a lot of Venusaurs, but if you're gonna see any, well, this team is gonna struggle against it, because all of those picks, especially if you do not have a fire move on your Mew, are gonna get destroyed by Venusaur. A pretty unsafe team, but if you can play it correctly with proper rotation, you're gonna have the most positive results of them all. Battlers, we are looking at a kinda unsafe but at the same time synergical team. So having a Golbat and a matchup on the same team, I'm not gonna talk a lot about this Pokemon because you already know how good they are from Great League, and of course the safe switch Alolan Raticate, and let's talk about this Pokemon a little bit. Having Alolan Raticate will provide you more coverage against those psychics and ghost types, and also has a lot of good coverage against the meta, because it might be losing straight and square to Charmers and Fighters, but you have some really good answers against the Nidoqueen, against Flyers and stuff like that, because of that crunch and quick attack charging up really fast, to be honest, and of course Hyper Beam or Return or Hyper Fang for some other neutral coverage. The core breaker of the team is gonna be Alolan Ninetales. This Pokemon with Powder Snow is gonna defeat down every single threat, but other than that you're gonna be just fine. Against a Hypno, for example, a Shadow Ball from the Golbat or a pure Alolan Raticate can finish off the job. The Golbat can protect the backline from Charm, and of course you're gonna see that this team is gonna work against any other threat on the meta pretty well with its synergy. So that's all, trainers. Thank you for watching. I hope you had a good time watching the video. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you already haven't, and I hope to see you all into the next one. Take care, trainers.